Hey, good evening. It's Friday evening, September 10th. Wasn't able to do the video this morning, just I was feeling under the weather, so decided just to go for it tonight. And here we are. Thought for the night is this is 9/11 Eve. And perhaps there's some concerns that we have that this being 20 years after the day of 9/11 might be one of concern. And we don't know that. We can't predict the future. So I won't get into speculation whether or not there will be a problem tomorrow. But one thing we do know is that God knows. And that all these things that are unfolding, all the things that are happening around us, are all a result of the plan that He's working out to have history bring the people of God to the place where they can honor God, and that the people that God wants to save will be saved. This is all part of His plan. And I'm going to reference a chapter in my book, When Life Turns Upside Down, which is written specifically for not just the pandemic, but when life really gets crazy, either on a big scale or a small scale. So I'll read to you tonight from a section of just where we can understand how God orchestrates things in a way that we can draw comfort about. In the book of Daniel, we read this statement. Daniel praised the God of the heavens and declared, "May the name of God be praised forever and ever. For wisdom and power belong to Him. He changes the times and seasons. He removes kings and establishes kings. He gives wisdom to the wise, knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals the deep and hidden things. He knows what is in the darkness, and the light dwells within Him." He knows what is in the darkness. And the darkness as it falls this night, revealing who knows what for 9/11 tomorrow. God knows what's happening, and the light dwells within Him. And that's in the second chapter of Daniel. And then I wrote this right after that. God is the one who has control over the affairs of people, pandemics, and powers. Put your trust in God. Rest in peace, knowing that the dramatic upside-down moments of life are not outside God's control. Know that even in these uncertain times, God is faithfully keeping His promise to bring blessing to the families of the earth. That is a tremendous blessing for us. So whether it's a pandemic, whether it's issues happening now with 9/11, other areas of the place of our planet that are uncertain, none of this has escaped God's power and control. None of it. And we can know and rest secure that God is doing what is necessary to have people reach out to Him, trust Him, and bring honor to His name. Even if it looks all crazy and upside down to us, it's not to God. And that's what we can rest in this night. See, here's the biggest fear that we have and what's driving our culture right now. We are afraid of being vulnerable. We think that we're vulnerable because of the recent events, more vulnerable because of the pandemic, more vulnerable because of what might be happening on 9/11, more vulnerable because of what might be happening with the weather, and on and on and on, with our crazy political system and scheme, the way things are working. The point is, we were never outside of God's care. The point about faith is understanding that I'm vulnerable only to God. And if I'm vulnerable only to God, then I can know real peace. So I want to take that fear of vulnerability that we have, our natural fear, and turn that into trust. The only person we're really vulnerable to is to God. And we know He's committed to us. And we know that He works things together to bring about His purpose. Trust in God this night. I don't know what tomorrow will bring, except I know that God will be faithful. And to that end, you and I can rest secure. And that's the thought for this night. Again, thank you so much for being here this week. I've enjoyed really just been a blessing for me to go through Psalm 73 with you. Rest in peace this night, knowing your God is the faithful God, the living God, the one where you can proclaim that the nearness of God is my good. Check us out at everydaytalk247.com. If you haven't turned on the subscribe button, please do that, and you'll get the post notifications on and get these videos automatically. Thank you for your support and care. Thank you for the interaction and the comments. I love those. And you rest well this night, knowing you're secure in the faithful God of the universe, the living God of the universe. Have a great night. Bye-bye.